Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's going to be, again, something different. I know you've seen some of my Nordschleife, or maybe you haven't, but I've done some Nordschleife videos before through a set of Corsa actually. And it's usually been kind of track day type things, maybe take a GT3 out, see what kind of times we can do around it. And I know the Nordschleife quite well. So, when I saw that the production series in iRacing this week had the Nordschleife and MX-5s, I had to give it a go. Now, I think we're well, I don't know how the qualifying worked, but somehow we're in 4th. Now, I did a qualifying stint earlier, but I'm not sure whether it was for this race, and I really wasn't on my usual pace. I'm like this first couple of times around here in the MX-5, so I'm still learning like gears for certain corners. I think most of the time you try and leave it in 3rd and kind of zoop around. A bit different from a normal race on like ACC. We're actually following the safety car out. So we'll go down this big long straight, which is usually where the tourist and fast, and I think that's what it's called, track begins. As you can see on that right hand side there. Looks like a nice little Porsche as the safety car. I don't think it'll be on the track too long, because it'll probably pull into the pits after the next few corners on the right hand side, allowing us to try and make some moves up through this pack. As you can see, it's quite a big field. I think about 30 odd cars or something. Awesome sight to see all those Mazdas coming down that long straight. And we're actually going to see what we can do. Now, I'm actually commenting over this, so I know how we've done, but I'll try and keep it a secret for you guys. But I actually felt on pace during the race. Like I say, I know the Nordschleife very well. So it's just about finding the limit of the car, now that I know the track, and then kind of pushing it. This guy number 15 on the Mazda to the right of me was very, very clean racer. Just up into the first T1, I managed to pull ahead. Tried to give him a little bit of room there as well, just in case he wanted to go for it. But I think he's thinking like I am. 3 laps, that's usually about 8 minutes a lap, and try to keep it clean and settle in, especially not wanting to go off on T1. So it was actually my first attempt on the race as well. Spoiler for you guys, but there were 0 incident points gained this whole race, which is an absolutely amazing feat, considering my rookie class sometimes I was in the 10. So you get instant points for going off track. I think you get 4 times if you cause an accident or contact with car. I'm still learning a lot of it now. I love that first little section there, and I'm already noticing that I actually think I might be quicker than the number 10 car. So we're going to sit in this slipstream, see how close we can get up and across the hills. I'm still learning what the best gear here is. I think shift up to 5th beforehand. Oh no, I keep it in 4th. And literally let off. I don't know whether 5th would be better, but actually I think 4th up the hill is probably doing its work. So keeping in the slipstream of number 10. He's a bit over the place, I saw number 10. He's sliding a bit. Couple of erratic moves. Look, he's actually defending the inside there, where really it's not needed. You see, I stayed wide to the outside, just let him know that I'm not going to try and go for a move. I think it's better if we work together and try and catch the guy who's in first. So I'm P3 overall at the moment now. So I'm getting a good exit on that corner. I don't know any of the corner names here, guys, so I think there's Flipskart. I think that's where the hill is that we passed earlier, and then the carousel, which I think most people will know anyway. It's the kind of paved corner with the camber that you try and hug the inside as you chip by. Love this corner here. You want to clip that curb on the left, so you get a nice long straight line into this next section. Now I was struggling a bit here which way to go for, and as you see, car number 10 ahead is struggling as well. Quick look in my rear view, and I noticed that the orange Mazda's behind. I think it was car number 15, and I'm going to have to push. So, salute to the Rebel Tree there. How you doing? Next to the 101 side. And if you can see, this front 4 pack is I've actually moved quite away from the main pack now. There was a 5th just slotted in there as well in the blue behind. Coming to the first downhill tricky section now. Lovely section to try and keep the speed. As you go left here, and then you're into the miss of right, which missed the first one, hit the second one, and then missed the third one to try and get the best line through there. Nice and easy to remember, miss, hit, miss. I don't always get it all the time. Oh, and it looks like number 10 has gone wide. It's allowed us to pull up into second now. Sorry if you've seen a bit of frame stutter there, I did as well. I have to check on my recording software and see what's going on. First time I've really noticed it in while recording iRacing. I might be multitasking a bit though, so apologies there if that's what's caused it. So up the hill, you really want to keep it in third to get as much power up the hill as you can. And as you can see, number 15 is still in my slipstream. You're going to notice this through a lot of the race. Number 15, very clean, very good racer actually, and really kept the pressure on. So the guy in first had got a little bit squiggly out of that corner, and I seem to be catching just a bit up this hill, which is actually giving me hope for the race, because at the beginning, the guy in first really did seem to just kind of leave us. So a big long straight here. Playing about whether 4th or 5th is better, so I switched into 5th early here, instead of leaving it in 4th to go up the hill. I think in my next couple of laps I kept it in 4th, which I think is better. I was keeping an eye in the mirror, and number 15 was actually catching. That could have been slipstream. You see how my revs are really low there, and first has just disappeared. I should have switched back down into 4th and just cut my losses. I'm trying to stick it with 5th here. There we go. Now down into 4th. But lost a lot of time. If I had a better section there, it might have been easy to see what happens this next part of the course. So you go through this right-hander, up a little hill, and then there's the carousel, which I spoke about earlier before. This is getting into my favourite section, of course. The back section just feels very flowy, but I was struggling a little bit in the Master, trying to determine, once again, with gears, what the best gear to be in. Was it 4th or was it going to be 3rd? A lot of them feel like you can roll through 4th, giving you a nice extra speed, but then some of them feel like you might want to drop down and get 3rd. It does offset the balance of the Mazda quite a lot. Also got to be careful with this Mazda. I use the gearbox, and I've been heel towing to keep the revs up, as you can hear there as I shift down. I don't know whether it's better to use the paddles. I'm not sure. I kind of like the authenticity of the gearbox, so I'm going to stick with that, the actual manual transmission. What a great view of that Mazda pushing behind. You can see them just sliding all over the track. Oh, he caught me up on that corner a little piece. You want to try and hug it as tight as you can here, so you can touch that left flat curb, so you get the best run over into that next right-hander. So you see I'm in 3rd again here, trying to keep the power up for some of the hill sections, but then on the downhill, it's nicer to get 4th and roll it through a bit. Sorry as well, a bit obsessed with gears this race, but I really do feel like that might be what's holding me back in some of these paces. I think my best time was like an 8:12 or an 8:13, and I think I saw that announced I was in the second split. I think top splits were doing like in the 8:09, so about 2-3 seconds off, and I'd really like to get up to those kind of times. I've checked the quality times as well. That could have been from slipstream. Then again, me and the number 15 are actually coming up to a section where slipstream might be in his favour now. So coming up to the last couple of corners, or 3-4 corners of the old Nordschleife, we've got another mini carousel here, which I struggle with. You see, I didn't quite get it right there and bounced all over the place. It gave number 15 the edge to look on the outside. I've got just enough space to move back over. Now, I'm sure any of you iRacers out there will agree, contact in this game is, it's scary. As soon as you touch somebody, you can damage so many parts of your car. So it looks like number 15 has actually pulled out early to try and go for the overtake. He could have got a little closer in the slipstream. Changed into 5th a little bit early, and he's alongside now. I just saw the front nose of him poke through. If you look in the bottom left screen, you can see he's just a car's width ahead now. A car's length ahead, sorry. But for some reason, I start coming back on him up the hill. Just almost in his rear quarter now. And up the hill, maybe had a bad gear change or something, I'm not sure, but it's given me just enough side by side into the corner, and he's slightly still there. He's still there. And then I think he backs out here. Yeah, there, just in time. Now remember that move, guys, because we've got 2 more laps left now. And as close as he is, I feel you're going to see that move a couple of times. So almost hitting the Armco there, dropping it into second to quickly get a little jump on it and hopefully dip the car in and get the front wheels some more traction so I didn't crash. Second again there, see I'm playing with the idea of third. Now this whole section, just up this right hand corner, you can pretty much keep it flat with a bit of a lift. So you lift just to make sure it turns in alright. And I feel like I might have been a little faster on this first section, first half of the track, than the number 15 behind me. See, I'm pulling a little bit of distance now. It's whether I can actually pull enough. Oh, it looks so good sliding around those corners. It's whether I can pull enough to actually keep it away for that long straight at the end. It's actually really tactical trying to think about where you want to be when that straight happens. Because as you see, the slipstream is so powerful in these examples. To be fair, I think with any car down that back straight. So you've got 3 main straights really on this. We call them straights, long sections of the track where you don't lift off. And we're coming into the first one. It's up this hill, and it's basically just flat until you get to a left-hander, which is almost flat over a hill, and then into a final heavy braking zone for a right-hander. We're coming up to that left-hander now. You just saw the red Mazda fly by it. So as you see, it's over the hill. You see the suspension just decompress, and you completely lift off of the wheels, basically. Almost airless, weightlessness. Right, so I messed up there. I was in second coming out that corner. Could have kept it in third, and number 15 is back on me. That's all it takes, these little small mistakes. Bad gear shift here, bad gear shift there. By the way, as you can see, we have left the pack now, so it is first, second and third is basically, as long as no one makes any huge mistakes in the back for these days. I mean, I don't see the pack catching at this rate now. So pushing up towards the Rebel tree, keep an eye for it on the left-hand side. Still a decent-ish little gap between us and number 15. Rebel tree on the left. Second time passed. We'll try and say hi again on the third one as well. I'm noticing with the Mazda that sometimes it's not about the speed you enter or how much braking you get done before. It's actually about mid-corner speed and the line. The closer you can get to the apex, touching that curve if you can, just kissing it, will get you the better exit speed. As you can see, pulled away from the Mazda recently, moving down at 15. My nemesis for this race, so it's a miss again. So I pretty much missed the first one, almost touched the second one, and missed the third one as well. That's how you want it done. Heavier braking zone here. I like to brake earlier, try not to lock up, and just keep that mid-corner speed. Into second, touch the curve on the way out, a little bit skittish. But we're actually pulling away from the Mazda now. Oh, they're all Mazdas, but number 15, if you know what I mean. So, it's missed the apex by a good 1.5 foot there, which slowed me down. Now we're pretty much on. But are we going to have enough speed up the hill to actually keep our distance for this back straight? So like I say, coming on to straight number 2 now. So after this right-hander, you really want to concentrate trying to get the best exit possible. But it's like a late tight right-hander. Get flat foot flat onto the accelerator. Now I think we're going to try and utilise fourth gear on this second of the long straights of the lap. And it's looking good. If you look in the rear view, guys, we have really pulled away from number 15. Now, or third place, so, a bit worried now, because I'm going to get into the carousel, and I realised last lap that he was actually a bit quicker than me on my favourite section as well. Not going to help, but we're going to try and maintain a positive mental attitude and try and just go for the no mistakes. Hold fourth gear through this corner, keep it flat. Look at that, it's way better than shifting up to fifth earlier, I think, guys. Still get that power at the top of the rev range through this whole corner. Guys, the other thing is, if you know any better, just let me know, please, because obviously we all want to get quicker. We can only get quicker, I think, thing by, or a good way to get quicker is by trying to follow guys ahead of you, people who are quicker giving you advice, obviously. Always try and listen to the advice, learn a lot from trail breaking and stuff. A lot of YouTubers actually, or YouTube channels, really helpful. I think you know Drive. Well, if you don't know, check out Drive 61. Really good channel actually. It goes through breaking points, how to spot where you're going properly, like actually looking properly rather than just staring at the screen of the track. So you kind of want to scan up in front of you and back down to your car. Look at exit points rather than taking too much detail on what's actually going on. You want to be looking ahead, basically. Thank you, Drive 61. A couple of other channels as well. I can't quite remember them at the moment. If I do, I'll come back to you. Maybe I'll post them in the description as well. If anyone out there looking to get faster. Obviously Jardier as well. If you like ACC, it's really good for in-depth kind of track guides as well and serve guides. Also Addis Davies is I think one of the developers for ACC as well. He does some really good, very insightful videos as well. Oh, streams as well. It goes into a lot of the actual physics of ACC, like how water droplets form and how they run off down into certain parts of the track and how they fill up over time. Really cool stuff. I quite enjoy it. Anyway, my worries didn't seem to be too bad because I feel like I've actually held my position away from third, or if anything, maybe even gained a little bit more. For the section I thought I was slowest. Loving this little hilly flowy part as well. You can pretty much keep it pinned through 90% of this as long as you get the line right. It's almost like you cut the corners. You don't actually take the corners. You're just trying to keep as much of a straight line as well. I'll actually try and brake a little bit late on there. I try and aim for the actual curb, the apex, before I start applying the brake. Difficult in these matters because, like I said, I don't actually brake heavy at the beginning. I do quite a light trail brake for 90% of the corner. There's only a couple of corners, and not really on the Nürburgring that I do apply almost 100% brake pressure. The Nürburgring, a lot of it just seems to be more, like I say, mid-corner speed and trail braking. But onto the straight. And look at the gap now that we have on the straight. Now I know what you guys are thinking. This has got to be. There's no way he can catch you by the end of this straight. And what I want to say to you guys is slipstream. Keep an eye on that mirror because he is going to be moving up quickly to the bumper of my car. Now, I honestly thought if I could hold this kind of gap to the next one, this is a good judging for the final lap. So we've obviously got one more lap to go after this. By the way, this is straight number 3, if you didn't guess. It's going to be a difficult one. You can see how much he's actually already caught now. He's right there in the rear view, and this is the part where he's going to catch the most as well, because I'll be hitting my top speed and he will still be accelerating for my slipstream. He's a little deeper on the brakes than I was there, and I think he's actually caught right up. Yep, as we go over to line to start lap number 3, I can feel the pressure now. It's basically now about trying to be clean. So first has disappeared completely. I can't actually even see him anymore. Let's see if we can see him around the next corner. I doubt it though. So first is pretty rapid. This guy behind me, number 15, is consistent. Very good. He got that time on the straight as well. So the rest of the pack guys, I don't know where they've gone. This is unlike any of my iRacing races before. Maybe it's because I actually know them quite well. I tried out in some of the GT3 cars, like on AMG, GT3 Mercedes, and it felt tricky, I'll be honest. I was not on pace compared to the other cars. I'm a bit more suited to the MX-5 at the moment, so I can really feel like I can extract the most out of this track. So I watched, if you guys know Dave Cam, I think it is, big iRacer as well. Woke up this morning and saw his video on the Nürburgring, which was actually what made me voice record over the top of mine, because I already had one saved. He actually had a bit of trouble, disqualified and won for instant points, and a lot of argy-bargy. He was saying it's very difficult. I was unaware, obviously this being my first race around here, and it went really well. 0 incident points was very clean, very respectful drivers, but luckily I wasn't in the back. He was in the back of the pack. Now, as we can see as well, number 15 is pushing this lap. He is not giving me an easy time. Now, I was also playing my game because I'm thinking the whole way around, if he pushes too much, do I just let him by and then try and take him on the slipstream? I was wondering if he was thinking that with me and he was kind of slowing it down a piece. If you can see there, I think maybe I could have stayed in 5th and then got the brake a little bit later. Backstepping out, you can see I'm getting a little bit nervous now. He's backstepped out a little piece onto the curb, trying to get the power down again, and he's still there. Horrible feeling when you feel like you've thrown through a section and the guy is, if not closer, Revelry than he was before. Both cars sliding into that corner, drop it into 3rd. Oh, too much of the curve again, and too much of the curve again. It definitely looks like I'm feeling the pressure. I remember thinking now about the pressure. All I wanted to do was not make a big enough mistake that was going to take me out of the race. I'll be honest at this point, guys, I was happy with 3rd. I was thinking to myself, as long as we both don't wipe out, it's been a good race. 2nd or 3rd, it's not bad. It's one of my first, like I said, one of the first few races I'm having in iRacing. I'll take that. It's in class as well. I know I enjoyed it. It's class D, class B's, A's, yeah. So I miss a gear here, guys, and that really causes me a big issue. It's given him the chance to catch back up now. So now he's really back on the bumper. I did pull away a little piece in that last section, but that missed gear, it really caught me. But hey, that's the pitfalls of having a manual gearbox as well. It feels really nice doing the heel and toe and obviously changing down gear mid-corner, one hand. But if you miss a gear, it's game over. So it looks like he was staying on the right. Maybe he was thinking about going for the inside of this, but I managed to pull just in front of him, and I think instead he's going to go for the slipstream on the back straight. We seem to both get an equally good exit from there. But like I say, I'm very, very aware that he does have the slipstream. As you can see, he's just touching it a little bit more. He's getting a little bit closer, a little bit closer. And is he going to go to the left or right? I try and stay to my original racing line. I don't want to cause too much confusion if he does go for a move. I don't want to block. Try and pull over to the right to show my intentions. As in, I'll stay as close as possible. And then here we go into this left-hander. I feel like he's actually waiting until the final straight. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. This is all I was thinking through the whole straight. Is he waiting for a move? Is he going to actually push? Because sometimes it felt like he'd catch me and just kind of sit there. It is a difficult track to overtake on as well, and I think he's in the same mindset. As you can look, neither of the cars have got any damage on them whatsoever, and I don't think either of us wanted to chance there's no Torino Jimmy into the corkscrew. And unfortunately, I've gone wide. I carried too much speed into it, thinking I could maybe use this chance to pull away because I was a little quicker there the last 2 laps, and I've actually let the position go. So now, weirdly for the first time this race, well, I'm chasing him. And like I said before, I know number 15 is a good clean racer, and unfortunately the worst part of the track for me to be overtaken on as well, because even though it's one of my favourites, I'm kind of slow at it. Or it's the slower part of my lap. You see that front wheel lifting off the ground as well. There it goes again. Oh, I do love those kind of physics. I do like the physics engine in iRacing. Like I say, it's just a bit... It's not as bad near the limit as, from what I've heard a lot of people say. But then again, I haven't been driving the faster cars, so maybe that's more apparent in some of the faster cars. But in the MX-5s and that, it feels catchable, it feels controllable. I've really been enjoying it. Really been enjoying it. It just feels like every individual component can break in iRacing, whereas in other cars it's more great. The game's a more modular damage system. I feel like it adds to the cars as well. Individual components that can break and twist and bend. I might be talking rubbish, but that's what it feels like when I can see. For example, I had a bit of bodywork bend into my wheel at one point, and every time I tried to get in any other games apart from like BeamNG. It's not really, it's not really the same league, is it, as a competitive racing simulator. So anyway, we're really trying to push for 15. I think now what we're thinking is, it's okay, maintain as close as we can, and I'll take him on the straight, which is what I think he was thinking before. So swap positions, swap mindsets, coming into the mini and he's gone wide. It's given me enough opportunity to go on the inside. As I did, I started cursing my own move. I think you can see what happens now, guys. We're close on the straight. He's going to be able to go for the slipstream move. Now, my only hope is, which is what I was banking on, is I've got enough away, the straight's long enough, that perhaps I can go back for another slipstream move. So we're on the last lap, we're on the final straight, and he is gaining on me at a crazy pace. He's about to move to the right. I try not to move, I want to keep him, don't want him to have any accidents or anything, I want him to know which way we're going. And is he going to make it by me? He's made it by me. If you look at the bottom left hand screen, you'll see that easier. I slip back in for the slipstream again. And am I going to have an opportunity to get alongside him? The slipstream's working in my favour. He looks like he took defensive on that line, but he's left just enough gap for me to go in and go for the defensive. I'm now alongside him. He squeezed me a piece onto the curb, making me slow down. But then I have to back out into the last corner, last couple of corners, hoping for a mistake now, otherwise there's no other chance. And almost across the line with third. Well done to number 15 ahead. He did really, really well. Unfortunate at the end there. I think if I had maybe slowed down a little piece or after the mini carousel, could have gone either way. But guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Take it easy. Bye.